Alright guys, so we pretty much already started. What I did was cut up all the chicken thighs in small cubes, you would say about 2-inch size cubes. I added 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, a teaspoon of paprika powder, a teaspoon of crushed black pepper, which I'm doing right now, a teaspoon of kosher salt, and onion powder, about a half a teaspoon of garlic, and a teaspoon of onion powder. You could adjust it for your taste. Alright guys, so we put the chicken aside covered in the fridge. Okay, that's where we want to keep it. You do not want to leave raw chicken out in room temperature. It's gonna just create bacteria. So we put it back in the fridge, and when we're ready for it, it will be good and seasoned. Here I have a regular sized bell pepper, which I'm gonna take the veins out, the inside. You do not have to use such a big knife if you do not want to. You can use a small knife. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut them into 1 to 2 inch size squares, cubes, whichever you want to call them. So I'm gonna cut it right down the middle and then go across each one, or 2, just to cut time. Be careful with your fingers, you guys. It is really weird cooking with nails. I usually don't cook with nails. I've been trying to get used to it. But yeah. So just continue cutting them up, and you can add 2 red bell peppers or 2 green bell peppers if you want to. I'm actually going to use 2, okay? So I'm just showing you how I cut up the first one. You could tailor this recipe to your own taste. So this is my green bell pepper. I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing with it. Cut it down the middle and then take the veins out. And then I'm gonna just go right across or down and then go across it and cut it up into 1 to 2 inch cubes again. You do not have to add the red and green bell pepper if you do not want to, but I think it gives it a very nice, unique taste. Okay, I'm also going to cut up a sweet onion, and this is probably a medium-sized sweet onion, and I'm gonna cut it up in big chunks as well. I'm gonna cut across and then cut through it so I can make good 1-inch size cubes. Here I'm using a measuring cup. This is the sauce that we're going to use for the chicken. I'm going to add about a half a cup of soy sauce. This is why I didn't use a lot of salt. Okay, so we're gonna add a half a cup into the measuring cup. I'm actually going to switch out the measuring cup because it didn't have enough space. So measure it up to a half a cup. I'm using the Kikkoman soy sauce, and then I'm going to use Evan Williams bourbon. Okay, you could use any bourbon you want, and I'm going to fill it up all the way to the 1 cup mark. I'm going to go ahead and add in 2 tablespoons of dark brown sugar. You can add in light brown if you want to, or you can use a like one of those, like coconut sugar. You could use that. Here I'm gonna add in 2 teaspoons of ginger powder, and then I'm gonna add in about a tablespoon of ketchup. I'm gonna try to stir that, but as you guys can see, it's pretty full, so I'm gonna switch that out. Okay, now I have a larger measuring cup. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some chopped minced garlic or chopped garlic in water or oil. You could buy this in your grocery store. So I'm gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of that. I love garlic. You can add in 1 if you don't, but we're going for strong flavors here, you guys. We're not going for bland. Okay, so now after I add my garlic, I'm gonna go ahead and add my apple cider vinegar. Okay, and this will kind of give it a really nice taste, like a, not tangy, but it gives it a very nice taste. All right, and I'm only adding in about a tablespoon of that, probably less. We're also going to add in about a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I don't feel as though it's spicy, so my kids eat this, so I don't feel as though it's spicy. I might have different taste buds than some of you guys, so yeah. If you don't want the pepper flakes, you don't have to add it. Alright, I'm also going to add some parsley flakes. You guys can use fresh parsley. The flat kind or the curly kind is so much better, but I didn't have that, so I may do with what I have. So here I'm using my wok. I'm gonna add in some extra virgin olive oil, probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons worth of oil, and I'm gonna check it to see if it's hot by putting my hand over it. If you're scared of heat, don't do that. Okay. I'm actually using a spatula to mix my chicken around my wok because I don't want to scratch up my pan, but I'm going to raise the heat a little bit. Okay, let it go. Alright, so pretty much we want to brown the chicken, okay? Not burn it, brown it. We're not burning anything, okay? I'm just gonna leave it and let it sit, let it brown on one side, and I'm gonna flip it when I come back. Okay, guys? Alright, guys, so now that our chicken has some brownness to it, got a little brown, we're gonna put our heat to medium and I'm gonna add in the sauce, okay? I'm gonna actually raise my heat a bit. So on high heat right now. So remember, when you put the chicken in, make sure it's browned on both sides. Once it's browned and a little more on the fully cooked side, then you want to go ahead and add in the sauce that we made, okay? Make sure to stir it because you don't want anything to stick to the bottom. So just give it a minute, let the sauce thicken up. Alright, ladies, you have to make sure that all the alcohol is cooked out of the meat, or else it will have like a, you know, a bitter type of taste. It won't be like the one that you get in the mall, okay? This will probably be better than the one you get in the mall, because at least you know someone didn't put something in your food, or, you know, because I am paranoid like that. I really am. I'm always paranoid that someone does something to my food. So that's why I don't really eat from anyone. But I do eat out. But at least if I eat out and I get sick, I could sue someone. Alright, so now that our sauce has thickened up a bit more and you see it's getting a little darker, I'm going to go ahead and add in my onions, my sweet onions. And these are going to get nice and soft and caramelized inside of the chicken too. I'm also going to add in my peppers. And give that a nice stir. Doesn't that look yummy, you guys? Looks good, huh? I'm definitely eating tonight. I know it's bad, but I'm not gonna eat a lot, just a little bit. Not to overdo it. Okay? I'm gonna lower my heat to medium. Medium heat. Medium heat. Okay? And if you have a cover... Oh, by the way, you do not need to use a wok. You can use a frying pan if you do not have a wok, okay? So I don't want you to feel like not because you have a wok you can't make it. You can make it without a wok. Alright, so I'm going to use this cover from one of my other pans and cover that on up. And let that cook for about 5 minutes on medium heat. And then I'll check it in a minute. Alright, you guys. This is pretty much done. I'm just going to leave it uncovered now. and then the sauce thicken up just a bit more because it's not as thick as I want it to be. But it's pretty much done, fully cooked and everything. Okay, and I'm gonna make some yellow rice and vegetables. I call it a mixed rice, mixed vegetable rice to go along with this. Okay, it's pretty easy. You use I use parboiled rice, and you can use one of these right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Use one of those right there in the rice, and you add some I use frozen mixed vegetables because I don't like the canned kind, and I just let it cook, and that's about it. Pretty easy. So I'm just gonna let this cook for maybe a couple of minutes more uncovered on a little medium-high heat, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so I went ahead and added some chopped celery leaves into the chicken. It will give it a really nice fresh taste. And this is my rice. Let me show you real quick. This is how the rice looks. Can you? No, you can't see. Oh, there we go. That's how the rice looks. Alright, so that's how the rice looks, and this is pretty much it. All you have to do is plate it. Alright guys, so I'm done with cooking. This is how the plate looks. The rice is under there. But yeah, I added some freshly chopped celery leaves to the top. It will give it a really nice fresh flavor. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this cooking video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please subscribe. You know, subscribing will make me want to make more videos on this channel. But other than that, I hope you enjoy your dinner, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.